Hey Scorpio, how's it going? Thanks for joining me. This is a timeless read. Hope you're doing really well. Scorpio, I feel like there's a shift for you. Yeah, something's turned a corner, is what I'm hearing. Something turned a corner in a positive way. And I think it's more of an internal shift, but, it doesn't have to be if that resonates with you, however it resonates. It's almost like you went down a side street and discovered something. This came up for Libra a little bit. That wasn't even there before. Like, whoa, you discovered this new place. And it's weird because to me, for most of you, it seems like it's like where a place you go to frequently and you're like, oh my God, how did I not know that that was there? So it seems to me like more like a place for you guys. Maybe you're looking for a house and you're like, wait a minute, I never lived down here. Or you're decided to take a scenic route home or something, or had to go a certain way to, for, some reason to pick something up or whatever. And you're like, hey, look at that property. Or I'm not sure, but I see you being kind of amazed that you didn't know that existed. Ten of Swords. So something's done. Capital Done. Just done. Enough. I hate this saying, but it's like beating a dead horse. Like, it's like, just like, what are you doing? Stop. Like, I, I just see you kind of just being like, and, and you just somehow stop something cold, and you're done with it. But I feel like this is something that has been a recurring thing, and so I think it's going to feel really you're going to feel really good about it. Actually, Queen of Pentacles, leaning into your earth side, being grounded, um, mindfulness, practicing mindfulness and being present in the moment. Maybe working on something. You can see she's doing like needle. I don't know what she's doing. Oh, she's holding a drum with a bone. But to me, it looked like needlework, needlepoint, needlepoint. Um, some sort of crafts, knitting, um, something you do with your hands to. Yeah, it's something I think you physically do that brings really feeds your soul, brings peacefulness, mindfulness, and all those. It's meditative in a way. She's also a very good manager, um, in the business world or in the home, or usually probably both. Actually, she's very grounded. She's fertile. She has this other really amazing quality, is that she makes, when you say making a house a home, you, no matter where this person lives, you're going to feel comfortable there. That's her magic ingredient when she cooks, right? The special ingredient is love. Three of Swords. So with the Ten of Swords, the Three of Swords, this is a feeling of betrayal, whether it's betrayal or not, a feeling of jealousy, whether you have something to be jealous or not. Um, Usually, if I feel jealous in a relationship, as long as this hasn't happened, I personally don't tend to feel jealous. You're gonna have to do self-reflection on whether you're an overly jealous person or not. But if not, and you feel jealous in a relationship, I feel like maybe that's something to to think on. Like, why is this a healthy relationship? Why am I feeling this way? Have I communicated that I feel this way? Um, it always could be a third party situation, but it's more the way we sort of think in our brain. And I don't know, well, okay, just keep that to yourself, Jen. Um, it's like you're challenging yourself with that Ten of Swords. Like, why am I putting all this thought and energy into a situation that I feel the Ten of Swords and the Three of Swords about? Regardless of why that is, um, why am I in a situation where those are predominant feelings? What am I gaining from it? Page of Wands. So, this is passion. This is feeling energetic again. This is you may have met someone that sparks your passion, sparks an interest, and maybe those past relationships, those past Ten of Swords and Three of Swords, are trying to creep up and fuck with your mind like they do. Like, oh, they're going to be just like the last one, blah, blah, blah. It's going to go bad. But there's some fire here. There's some passion. There's some enthusiasm, excitement. She looks like she's going almost on an adventure for some reason. Like she's poised to move. She's up on her tippy toes. She just looks happy and free. Giving yourself the freedom to ask for or go for what you want. But if this situation's far in the past, the Ten of Swords and the Three of Swords, it's getting examined and resolved in a processed in a healthy way. Keeping the wisdom and letting go of the resentment, keeping the knowledge and the experience and what you learned, and letting go of it triggering you and tying you in knots or making you sick or angry or whatever when it comes up. You can tell that happens to me. The the homicidal. No, I'm just kidding. Oh, I love this card. And it comes out so infrequently, I forget it's in the deck. If I ever do a tarot deck, which I don't know how that's going to happen because I can't draw, I'm putting in a card like this. I love the unknown card. I don't know. You may not. It depends on what signs would like it. Probably all the mutable signs. You guys are a cardinal sign. You guys may be okay with. Oh no, you're fixed. I'm doing Scorpio. Oh yeah, I don't know if you like this sign. I mean this card. It obviously will depend on your chart because this is like, yeah, I kind of really like. Before I move, because I'm pretty comfortable where I am. This is sort of the fixed, stereotypical, whatever, generalization of fixed signs. I need to really be kind of pushed and coerced and convinced to to move, especially if I don't know all the facts and details um, ahead of time. But I don't know. Who knows? It could be amazing. Wow. It's giving you the opportunity to manifest whatever you want. You're given a blank canvas, I'm hearing, to to yeah, to create the life, manifest the life that you truly want. It's a blank canvas. So, wow, this is great. So you have all the tools you need: the wands, the fire, the passion. Hey, bud, would you mind shutting the big slider behind me right here? I'm doing a reading. That's okay. Thank you. Um, Give me one sec. Morning. I've trained trained him, nagged him to make sure he locks the door. So I can't tell you how many times he's locked me out of here because he's so used to locking the door. I have to walk around. Um, the sword, the yeah, your mind's in the right place, or you can get your mind here. These are the raw materials, right? We all have, you know, raw materials in all of the suits, so that we're enthusiastic and passionate about and inspired by something. It's not always the same thing, but we all have that. We all have the capability to love and be loved with the cups. We all have the brain, with the swords, to figure this out. Again, some people's brains are more geared towards, um, STEM, some are more uh, liberal arts, some are more creative types, some are really good with the data and the facts. Doesn't matter. You have to take, and then we all have different economic and physical things at our disposal. And it's taking what you have, what your raw materials are, and making the best of it and crafting and manifesting what you want. And maybe the unknown is I still don't know, and that's okay. How that keeps it interesting. If you think about it, you hear a lot of people say, I want to spend," and I definitely made this mistake. Um, was like buying a lot of stuff for my son, just because I mean, they go through it so fast. And he was never a kid actually that nagged for stuff, but I wanted to like give him stuff. And I have a basement full of stuff that he barely ever played with. But to spend money, or you don't even necessarily have to spend money on experiences. And if we apply that to life as a whole, like life itself is an experience to enjoy. Oh, his window was open. He's like, ugh, listen to her do tarot readings all day. The Chariot. Wow. Look at this. Two majors. The Chariot, the card of Cancer. But that doesn't necessarily mean anything unless you're into astrology. So this is a cardinal water sign, ready to move your emotions forward. This is taking action. What's so great is the Magician and then the Chariot. This is not reacting. And when I say experiences, I don't mean let's just see what happens. I mean, I'm going to move here, and the unknown card, I don't know what's going to happen, but I'm going to enjoy the experience and learn from it. But you know that you're moving somewhere, like you have the goal, um, in mind, and you're setting course and taking action. You're making a plan. So it does look like movement with the Six of Swords. This is moving away from that. We started with the Ten of Swords and we're ending with the Six. And I know chronologically they don't match, they don't go in the right order, but when you've reached the Ten of Swords and the Three of Swords, and now you have the Six of Swords at the end, especially with the Chariot, this is metaphorically moving on. But also, I really think some of you may be moving, but it's moving to a calmer situation, calmer waters, something that emotionally you will feel more settled. Now, why that is, it's going to be different for everyone, but if we remember back at the beginning of this video, there was this idea of you just letting something go, or what was it? Yeah, just processing something that has been sort of triggering you or stewing for maybe a really long time, like um, your attachment style is what's coming up in a relationship. Wow, I think that I'm not a therapist or anything, but I think there are a couple attachment styles, and I probably have this all wrong. You can Google it, but I think there's like people who are completely detached and don't want to get, attached to anything. Um, on the other extreme is someone who's just what we'd probably call needy or clingy or super codependent. This is the type of person that's never single. And you're like, I don't even think they really like this person. They just, the next person that's available, they're they're all over, um, or feel very adrift, unanchored, untethered, without being in a relationship. And then there's the whole spectrum in between. We're all individuals, and we all have our um, makeup and how we were brought up, and I think a lot of different things go into what we have, what type of attachment style we have. I feel like pulling more, but we're going to leave it there over at 17 minutes. Scorpio. Oh, this is like this exciting new beginning that you're manifesting is really, the energy is really positive. So I hope I conveyed that. All right, take care. If you would like, share, and subscribe, I would really appreciate it. Bye.